Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ray Ray Cray Cray. Today we are, we're in Ogunquit, I don't know if I said that right, Ogunquit, Maine, and we're gonna ride a boat trip and go shopping. So we're gonna walk to our first store. Yeah, I don't know where that is, right? Also, here's the boat. Yeah, wait, I think that's the one we're gonna be riding, hold on. Yeah, that's the one we're gonna be riding. Hey, I thought you said it was gonna be a lot bigger. Whatever. Okay, let's try to stay over here. Okay, so we're gonna look for our first shop. So many places. Oh, we're going over here. Look at that. That's neat. Okay, we're entering our first shop. Look at that. Sunscreen. The music's blasting my eardrums. It's so crowded in here. Look at that. It's cute. Okay, we found a non-crowded place. Oh, look at all these stuffies. So cute.
This one because it's for the last one.
Look at this.
You like that one? Okay, yeah.
I think I might get that. I don't know. I found a really funny shirt. Look at that. Isn't that funny? Look at this. What is this? A grow what? Oh, a Sasquatch? Is that what it is? Do not swallow. Okay. I'm not getting one. Look at, there's also these cute little, I think they're manatees. If you guys know what these is, tell me what this is in the comments. Is it a manatee of some sort? I don't know. It's so loud. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Look at this. I think it's an axolotl. This is adorable. I really, really want to get this. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. There's also, I have this exact same thing, except not with this. And it's a bit scruffed up, but it's adorable. There's also little squids here. And some other creatures. There's so many stuffed animals here. You know, I think you guys know that I'm a sucker for stuffed animals. There's also, I swear, if this has been in someone's mouth, I'm gonna crash out. This is also cute. And then there's a little hat. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. I'm definitely gonna get this too. Maine. Hold on, let me see what it looks like on me.
We just got these in a couple days ago. Oh, that's a 6.
Do you have a 5?
Look at that. We got a blue one because the pink one, because I hate the color pink. Don't judge me. My favorite color is orange. You guys should know that from my Q&A. There's also these, I don't know if you saw this because people were like trying to kill me because they were really rolling on me. There's a bunch of little guys down here. It's a little bit, oh, it's one of those, it's one of those, I don't know, mooses, aha. Oh my goodness, these are all so adorable. I have to get this. It's too cute. I'm getting it. It's too cute. I can't. So, we got one in orange. Don't we look so cute together? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna actually do that. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at these little turtles. Oh, they're so, oh my gosh, it's so soft. I don't know how many people have done that. I don't want rabies, so I'm gonna put that down. There's also some lotions and a giant turtle with babies. A little net, I think, some more hats. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that, they're in like the sand. Is that real sand? Man, that feels so soft. Let's take out the little baby turtle, that's adorable. And I have sand all over my fingers. That's a bad idea. And then mugs, I'm not gonna touch them because I know I'm probably gonna knock them over. Wait, we can get this. We could get this for like a baby. That's adorable, like a little baby. A baby could wear that. And I want you guys to comment I want you guys to also comment how many times you see the manatee go boop boop in the video. The one I just did counts. Adorable. It's cute. All this stuff is adorable. There's taffy. We just got some taffy. There's also a bunch of this stuff here. Oh yeah, I had one of these popsicles before. My mom got one for me. It almost fell. There's a whole rack of sunglasses back here. That's so cute. Okay, we're going to our next store and or actually I think it might be the boat ride, it might be the store, but stay tuned. Okay, now we're out here. It's really bright outside. So I think the boat ride is starting. Flowers. Nice. I just saw like a lady walking by and she had something weird written on her shirt and it was scary. Please enjoy your food and drinks outside. Thank you. Maine Perrins Curve. Interesting. Okay, we are now boarding the boat. Ducks. There's ducks right there. And then that's the boat. This is the boat. This is the other option that I didn't choose. I didn't want the sailboat, so we're going on the big one. Watch this stuff. Okay, we are now on the boat. Look at that. That's a view right there. Okay, now, ducks are over there. Although I kind of feel bad because the water didn't look too good. The water was actually kind of green, as you can see. So I'm kind of worried if the ducks are like, I saw someone eating something that looked like a plastic bag or something, or water bottle. Guys, don't pollute the ocean. We gotta help our wildlife creatures. Yeah, I was just a little bit worried for the ducks, but I think they'll be okay. We are currently waiting for the boat to take off. Oh. Good.
Good, wonderful. My name's Gabby. I won't be on board with you guys, but Eli will. He's the guy who took the tickets over there. Oh, there he is. So he's like, he's over there. He's right over there. Yeah, Eli will take good care of you guys. And
Speaking.
Captain Bob is your wonderful captain today. He's awesome.
Captain Bob, I love that name. There's even a little captain's quarters. That's adorable.
Before you head out onto the water, we are a U.S. Coast Guard certified vessel. That means we have life jackets on board for everyone in the event of emergency, which are located on the roof of the pilot house and will be distributed by the captain and crew. We also have a very strict no smoking and no vaping policy on board. So I like to say if it makes a cloud, it's not allowed. So just keep that little jingle going. You should be all set. If you need it, we do have a restroom on board. It's just around the corner here, labeled head. That's our nautical terminology for bathroom. Just be sure to knock first, then give it a pull. But if you have any questions, troubles, need anything during the trip, Eli will be right by the bar. He'll be able to help you guys with anything you might need. We do have a fully stocked cash-only bar back here. We've got water, juice, soda, lemonade, some light bar snacks. We've also got beer, wine, and mixed drinks. For beer on draft, we have a shipyard export ale, the Allagash Light, and in the bottle and can, we have Heineken, Corona, Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite, the finest kind.
These are all adult drinks.
Summer ale, Sam Adams non-alcoholic IPA. We've also got some White Claw hard seltzers. For wines, we have Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, and Cabernet. And then for our mixed drinks, basically anything you can dream up. Although our specials are the rum punch, blueberry vodka lemonade, strawberry vodka lemonade, Bloody Mary, painkiller, foghorn, and margarita. So if there's anything you guys need, I can take orders now, and then we'll keep a tab running, and Eli will collect at the end of the trip in case you guys would like something later. So I'll start over here. If you guys anything to drink? That's all
She's
set?
asking us.
If you want anything to drink, is your mom's in the bathroom right now?
Yeah, she's right there.
Oh, hi. Hi. Welcome aboard. We're just going around telling people bar menu, and we have life jackets on board in case of emergency.
Okay, we are now trying a taffy. It's not bad actually. It's very sticky. it partially melted, but it's fine. I just ate the wrapper. 7.9 out of 10. The ducks are back. I don't know if you saw them, but they're back. I was just informed that they have swordfish over there at the restaurant. They have swordfish. I'm definitely gonna try that. Everybody knows what swordfish does. It's my love. Copy and paste. It started. We're moving. Whoa. Look at that. That's amazing. We're starting. And the ducks are back. Nice. There's also a train back there. I also think that's pretty neat. We're moving. We're walking. Bye-bye. Whoa. There's another boat there too. Look at that one. Now that's a big sailboat. I think it's a sailboat. Well, it's big. That's like a big boy. Silver Guinea? Did that say Silver Guinea? What does that say? Oh my god, the biggest boats in the world. Another boat's back there. Yeah, if you guys can see, the water is really green. I don't know if it's connected to sewage or something. I wonder what the poles are for.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome aboard the Finance Triangle 3. My name is Eli. Upstairs we've got Captain Bob. Use some nautical terminology on this trip. The front of the boat is called the bow. The back of the boat is called the stern. If you're facing the bow, your right hand side is called starboard, and your left hand side is called port. That's easy to remember. Both port and left have 4 letters.
I'm vibrating so much.
Keep an eye on the water. We've had a lot of sea life sightings the past couple days.
Sea
2
life?
days ago we had a humpback whale sighting about 3 miles offshore. Also seen some mola sunfish as well.
We can see how backward.
First thing you can see how far they're called cormorants.
Okay. If you wondered why I was posing or something, that's because that's what the thumbnail is gonna be.
And they'll eat about a pound every single day.
That's such a good view.
And all these rocks and some of them they don't have oil for creating glands in their feathers. They need a way to dry off before they can go dive again.
I'm holding my phone so tight because I don't want to drop it.
And the 2 large buoys we're passing off of our port side are U.S. Coast Guard channel markers. The green one is called the can. The red one is called the nut.
The red thing, the red cone thing is a nut. That green thing is a can. As you can hear what he's saying.
And also passing on
A
our
fellow
port side
boat.
is the Finance Triangle 1.
Hello,
That's
fellow
our
boat.
long string boat. If you don't mind giving them a big wave. Coming back from a 50-minute long string trip. There's no 3 traps. Learn all about the long string industry in Maine.
They honked at each other. That's so
There's a
cute.
beach off our starboard side. The small market one is called Jack's Cove. It's a private beach owned by those single-family summer homes that surround it. Very good to see some beautiful views of the ocean.
There's houses over there too. I'll show you some pictures of the other side later. There's another boat out there as well. Also, look at all the houses back here.
Now in the rocks, you'll see a white line.
And all the
ground,
waves.
all the way down towards the water. It's not painted, it's exposed up to a crack in the rocks and solidifies. The white flint is estimated this occurred around 450 million years ago. And the locals, it's known as the natural boundary between the towns of York and Ogunquit. We're now fully sailing in York, Maine. And a very shallow cove between these two homes right here. It's called Pirates Cove. Legend has it the pirates
Pirates
landed here.
Cove?
They climbed to the top of the hill and they buried their treasure. Nobody has
I don't
ever
believe
found
that.
this treasure, but I strongly encourage you guys to go look. Only rule is if you find anything, you have to come share it with us.
Sorry for the shaky screen. So many waves. That was a big wave.
And the rocky beach off our starboard side is called Rose Cove. It's named after Rosa rugosa, which are the pink beach roses you might see here on the coast. Those are actually an invasive species, originally coming from Japan. They first made land on Nantucket Island, made their way up into Maine, and it was the pirates that brought them over. They said if you clip the rose hips and boil them into a tea, that would help fight scurvy.
Lots of bounce. That's burning.
Chairs, I feel like just beneath that, looks like there's a concrete retaining wall. It's actually the foundation of a two-story wooden home that washed away in the blizzard of 1978. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. The family was on a Caribbean cruise. And if you look at the top of the hill, you might have to squint to see it. That's called the Cliff House Hotel, built back in 1872 by the Ware family. Back in the day, you could stay there for a full week, have 3 meals a day and a fresh bed every night, and your total at the end of the week would be $6. A I've never stayed there myself. I'm sure it's slightly more expensive now.
Wow.
But the family ran it all the way until World War II, where it was commandeered by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and used as a German U-boat lookout. After the end of the war, it was completely destroyed, but returned to the family, who immediately listed it in the Wall Street Journal for $50,000. Nobody bid on the hotel, so the family hunkered down and they rebuilt it. Ran it all the way until 2014, where they sold it for north of $40 million. And you can now see the namesake of the hotel. This is called Baldhead Cliff. It's a naturally occurring rock formation. At its highest point, you'll sit 90 feet out of the water mark. And in 1842, Baldhead Cliff was the site of the crash of the Isidore, which is a freight ship sailing from Kennebunkport. The last point of land you can see off of our stern right now. It was loaded with timber en route to New Orleans, and on Thanksgiving night, got caught in a very bad storm, and unfortunately the journey ended here with all lives lost. Fortunately though, the story of the Isidore was the inspiration for the townspeople of York to start collecting funds for a lighthouse. They felt they needed one on the northeast coast. That lighthouse is now called the Noble Lighthouse. It's the destination for today, and it's the last point of land you can see directly off of our bow. My favorite house on this trip. It's the brown one with the green tinted windows. As we come alongside, you'll notice it looks like the locomotive of a train that's headed towards Baldhead Cliff. We'd like to think this house was built to represent the Boston New York Railway, which allowed our Maine lobster to ship live lobsters all over the world for the very first time. It's led us to the present day, where we produce 90% of the country's lobsters. right around 3 o'clock, you'll see it looks like some cars driving on the beach. You're not. It's a road called the Shore Road. Runs from Perkins Cove into downtown York Beach. Unfortunately, this is one of the only places where the Shore Road actually meets the shore. Nonetheless, you get to see all these spectacular homes and a couple of great views of the ocean. And the beach underneath the Shore Road is called Phillips Cove. Back in the day, this was the proposed location for a nuclear power plant. This received very strong opposition from the people of York, so they moved those plants out of the state altogether. And that plant is still fully functional in Seabrook, New Hampshire. Down, we're passing an area which is called the Pond Rocks. You see where this white water is in the middle of the ocean. It's a great spot to see harbor seals. So it looks like a black lab is swimming in the water. You can see them poke their heads up and they say hi sometimes. They're tough to pick out with all the cormorants in the water as well. But this is a great spot for them. They're not too close to the beach, so they don't interact with humans. They're not too far out into the ocean, so they don't interact with boats. Every time we go by, sometimes they like to pop their heads up and say hi. There are millions of these guys, and it's pretty rare to see them, as you can see. They can stay underwater to up to half an hour at a time. To do this, they'll slow their heart rate down to 7 beats per minute. attached to a lobster trap sitting at the bottom of the ocean. You might have seen they're not all the same color or design. So every Maine lobsterman is required to have their own unique design for their buoy. That then needs to be approved by the state. They'll put a copy of their buoy on the top of their lobster boat, and then they'll put a picture of it in their wallet as well. So you saw our lobster boat already. We've got about 50 traps in the water. But as a commercial lobsterman in Maine, you can have up to 800. If you want to pull those traps and check them every 3 to 4 days. So on a busy day, you could pull up to 250 traps. do that, you'll serve 2 years as the sternman of someone else's lobster boat. You'll need to rack up 1,000 hours. As a sternman, you'll do everything the lobsterman does not want to do. But once you complete your hours, you'll then be entered on the very bottom of our waiting list. In our zone, that waiting list is just over a decade right now. That's because for every 5 licenses retired by the state, only 1 new one is issued. There are a couple ways around that waiting list though. If you're on it and you turn 70 years old, you'll immediately be taken off and given your license. And if you're between the ages of 8 and 23, you can get your student license, so as soon as you complete your hours, you'll be given a license, but it will have a few more rules and restrictions to follow than the regular commercial license. And you might be thinking that 70 is kind of old to be out on the water by yourself, but our oldest lobsterman in the state is still active. It's actually a woman, her name is Virginia Oliver. She was out of Rockland, Maine, and a couple months ago she just turned 105 years old. She still goes out and serves 35 traps with her sternman, which is her 83-year-old son, Max. A couple of years ago, Max went to the news and told him that he wants to retire, but his mom won't let him. So every single summer they'll sail out of Rockland, Maine and service their traps together. whitewater taffy kisses. You can watch them pull them in the window, as they've been doing for over 100 years now. And every single year, they'll make over 8 million individual pieces of taffy. There's also a great bowling alley and arcade at Short Sands. And on summertime nights in the gazebo, which is just underneath that American flag, they have great local concerts. So if you're in the area and you want to catch some local music, it's a great spot to do so. Just under the beach, buried by 6 feet of sand, there's a ship called the Defiance that sailed back in the 1700s. It's unknown to be there up until around 30 years ago. We had a nor'easter come through, moved those 6 feet of sand. Scientists then came down, dated and identified the ship as the Defiance, and we later found out that all 4 crew members survived, and they lived out the rest of their natural lives in the town of York. Now the area of land that we're passing is the Cape Nettic Peninsula. This side is called Concordville. All these homes were originally summer homes built by the people of Concord, New Hampshire. There's a similar idea on the other side, but it's called Dover Bluffs. Those were all summer homes originally built by the people of Dover, New Hampshire. Well, the lighthouse is so close to the mainland, it's classified as a land station. So it means back in the day, the keeper could stay up there with his family. The lighthouse was built in early 1879 and commissioned on July 1st of that very same year. It was controlled by the Lighthouse Service up until the 1930s, where it changed hands to the Coast Guard. Wells are flushed with seawater, where rainwater was collected in large cisterns in the basement to use for drinking water. And as you can see, there is electricity on the island. You can see the power lines running across. On the lowest one, you'll notice it's not a power line, but that's the rope for the cable car. The trolley is currently on the double side. That trolley would allow the keeper to go over to the mainland. He's allowed to go 2 days out of every month, but he can also send supplies back and forth. It's now only used as restoration workers get pizzas delivered over to the Nubble. But one family had a pretty unique use for that cable car. They had a son named Ricky Winchester. And every day, they'd load little Ricky into the basket, and he'd sail over to Sawyer Park to catch the school bus. A photographer once came down, snapped a photo of Ricky in the basket. That photo ended up on the cover of the Boston Globe. The very same issue of the Boston Globe ended up on the desk of the Commandant of the Coast Guard. I guess you could say he was not pleased. A law was passed saying that keepers with school-aged children could no longer stay at the Nubble Lighthouse. And the Winchesters moved to a new station the very next year. In the small channel between the Sawyer Park and the Nubble Lighthouse, there's a land bridge that will appear at the lowest of tides. Very tempting to walk across, but unfortunately still illegal to walk across. building a foghorn on the island. We once had a storm with waves so big that one came up, swept the bell right off of its rocker, and it sank to the bottom of the ocean. A diver came out and recovered the bell, and it's on display in Sawyer Park just across the way. As I mentioned, it's unfortunately illegal to go over to the Neville Lighthouse. But every summer in the Sawyer Park gift shop, they'll raffle off 1,000 tickets at $10 a piece. And if you win, you and 5 of your friends can row over with the keeper and have a lobster roll picnic on the lawn. But that law didn't apply to one citizen of York though. He would swim freely between the Neville and Sawyer Park, often many times per day. His name was Mr. T. He was a 19-pound tabby cat. He would eat all of the mice on the island, go over and tackle Sawyer Park. Actually became more of an attraction than the lighthouse was. And the last building we haven't mentioned yet is a small red brick building at the very edge of the island. It's painted red to denote a flammable source, as this building used to house the whale oil and the kerosene when they were fuel sources for the light. It's as far away as possible in case anything happens to the little building. Well, back in the 50s, the Coast Guard came down on a maintenance trip. They were set to repaint everything on the island, but they only brought white paint with them. They painted this little building white. The people of York were furious, so they went to the Coast Guard, told them to come back with red paint, but the Coast Guard said no. So the people of York took matters into their own hands. They went to Margaret Chase Smith, the first female senator of our state. She had a very short conversation with the Coast Guard. As you can see, we've got a red building again. They came back with red paint. They have not been back since. I'm sure they're not coming anytime soon. We've got our little red building again.
That was so cool. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I have to end the video, but I was gonna show you guys more of the shopping, but I'll just put some pictures